I am very uneasy and very concerned about social media, mostly because the knowledge and the lack of knowledge that is on there for people who can just Google search anything and they will totally teach themselves the wrong thing. Mess up their entire life, not even knowing they should have just not paid attention to that video on YouTube. I believe there is a lot of subliminal messaging going on right now in music videos, news videos, and it's mostly just on YouTube. So why I'm choosing to probably get off of it soon. It does have other information, like my tarot and inspirational music, so that's what keeps me there, probably more than anything. But honestly, I would like to give it up because I do know there's a lot of manipulation and subliminal messaging and algorithm playing videos that just really drive people nuts and they don't even know it. That's my fair opinion.
YouTube is a wonderful tool if used correctly. I think that YouTube is the reason why our society is going to shit. Everybody looks for attention and they find it on YouTube or any other social media outlet. If you're looking for somebody to feel bad for you, you can find it on the internet and YouTube. But if you use YouTube as a tool, it is a very wonderful tool. Thank you.
Although social media helps by allowing us to reach people, it mainly hurts because it allows those people to be mean and hurtful without consequences. Therefore, I believe it hurts more than it actually helps.
The biggest concern, I guess I would say I would have on social media is perhaps if anything appears to be controversial when it doesn't mean to be. If anything is inadvertently controversial based off of a post or a picture or a tweet or anything like that. So for instance, I'll give you a time in 2021 where the multi-time UFC former women's champ Rose Namajunas said better dead than red, talking about her opponent who was Chinese, the now strawweight champ Weili Zhang. So at the time, Rose said better red than dead, talking about communism in China or whatever, and it wasn't really meant for Weili. However, there was another Chinese fighter, Yang Zhenong, who took offense to that, and Weili wasn't offended. And so sometimes a tweet will get put, or a post will get put on Facebook, or a picture put on Instagram or anything like that, and it doesn't mean to be controversial, and one person may not find it offensive, but someone else of that same group might. And so that's the thing that gets me. Sometimes the wrong thing accidentally gets put up, or sometimes something may lead to controversy when the person who puts it up may not originally mean for it to be that way, but somehow it does, unfortunately. And so that's something in our world that goes wrong with social media. You put something up on Facebook and someone sees it and it doesn't mean to be controversial, but it turns out to be. Or you put a tweet on Twitter, or you put something on Instagram or anything like that. So anything offensive to a certain person or a group of people or anything like that, and it eventually inadvertently becomes controversial. So that's the only thing for social media for me.
My thought is that one thing about social media that makes me uneasy is its ability to take any misinformation and create essentially a virtual forum where extreme views can proliferate like wildfire. But despite these concerns, I think I'm drawn to social media because it satisfies some sort of need to connect and have our thoughts and feelings validated. There's instant gratification through liking, through sharing and commenting. Besides that, it offers a platform for self-expression, which is beneficial. I believe it's crucial, however, be balanced and always use social media responsibly.
The tracking. A lot of different social media platforms like to track your every move, basically, steal all your personal information, more so Facebook than anything, but YouTube's been alright. I use that mostly for quick knowledge videos, how-tos, arts and craft ideas for my kids. But other than that, no, that's my biggest concern is the tracking.
Well, the issue I have with social media isn't the thing that necessarily what's appealing to it. Now, my main concern with social media is the rapid utilization of AI with social media, to the point now where you have these social media companies that are farming and then selling your data to other companies to use in a marketable sense. And, sure, it's only in a market sense now, but, who knows what that goes to down the line. They're basically, this has already come out to light, through investigations and stuff like that, and it's just anytime, think about it, anytime you search something like, hey, I need a new hammer or something, and then 5 seconds later you see ads for hammers and Home Depot ads and shit like that. That's basically what I'm talking about. And at face value, at the level it's at right now, it's really not that harmful, but, given the track that it could go down, the path it could go down, and how easily, how twisted it could get, the application of it could get, it could get kind of scary, they're essentially spying on you without saying. And they're spying on you and only taking, like, minor details, like your shopping habits and shit like that. But what happens when they start going after other things, like your medical habits, or, like, your personal private browsing, you know what I mean? Or other things that could blackmail you, shit like that. Now, why do I think people still use it? Because of the utility it has. I know for me, it's mostly an entertainment thing, and on top of that, it's a good way to see how, people that you just aren't really aren't in touch with, you can see how they're doing. Social media has a lot of negatives, but it's like any other vice. It has positives as well. The appeal of social media is it's essentially the town hall now. Instead of going to the town meeting to talk about stuff or, having a town meeting, you just post it online. You post it on your town Facebook page, on whatever township group you have. So, I think social media can be a good thing when it's properly used, but also with the way that people's brains are wired, especially to live in this decadent society, a lot of people abuse social media to the point where all they do is social media, and they don't actually go out and live life. And then we could even get into the further aspect of it about how you have people that are constantly on social media and they develop cases of FOMO, or fear of missing out, to the point that they just get in this cycle of hopelessness and, what's the point of doing it, because I'll never get to that. And it seems like that tends to be a problem that plagues a lot of young people today. I could ramble on about this on and on, it's just about balances. Social media is a good thing and it's a bad thing at the same time.
I feel like social media is shaping the way we communicate and connect with each other, bad and good. Sometimes it makes it to where you can communicate with family that you don't live close to or around, and sometimes you can say something and people will take it the wrong way.
The one thing about social media that makes me feel easy or concerned is the lack of privacy. Social media is not as secure as we think it is, and over time, a lot of people's accounts, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, etc., they've been locked, and normally when your account is locked, you can't get back in. So I'm thinking that the social media platforms steal your information to try to do identity theft, things of that nature. So it can be very very unsecure. And so honestly, that's why I don't even have social media in the first place. Social media is very invasive. People are all in your business. They know too much. And honestly, it's not real. It's a facade. So, I feel that society is drawn to it because it shows that you're up, it shows that you're not lacking, it shows that you have stability, but most times you don't have stability because you don't have those things that you're putting out there on social media for people to see.